Hello world, my name is Max Stein and I love video games.
I'm the Megabuck. I really love video games.
My name is Raph and I also love video games.
And welcome to the Game Treasure Podcast, where we discuss treasure video games of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Warning, the Game Treasure Podcast is not for children or anyone with a brain for that matter. Welcome, dear listener, dear viewer, to another great episode. Today, later on, we're going to play a little game that we have invented, a new subgenre of episode that we're experimenting with. That was Buck's idea. We're going to play a little fuck, marry, kill. I mean, buy, borrow, bury. Today's subject matter will be Nintendo franchises, as inspired by, when I was camping, Nintendo put out a new Direct. Did you guys watch it?
No.
Oh, yes,
It sucked.
Did, yeah.
was going to be my synopsis of it. And just yesterday, we had a really amazing Direct from Sony.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought to myself, you know what? I think the problem is that they have too many franchises over at Nintendo. So today we're going to kill some in our fuck, marry, kill Nintendo franchises. But listen, I already said it. We've got some really important video game news to talk about. The Sony State of Play happened yesterday as of this recording, and they're the best at this.
Really,
now.
honestly.
Now that there is no E3,
When they want to be.
I'm going to go off averages is what I'm saying. It's
That's
like the Nintendo Directs, the Xbox Directs.
State
I don't
of
know
Play, I think
and then
it's
the
also...
No,
No,
Sony State of
fuck
Play.
that. All right.
Yeah. This one was quite good. So lots of highlights right off of the top.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited about this.
The very first game they show was that game, Kenna Scars of Cosmora. That's a mouthful, but I just wanted to comment. I just wrote in my notes. I wonder if this is how, like, when kids play this, I wonder if this is how they felt, like how when Buck and I played the Super Nintendo and we're like, whoa, it's like cartoons you can control.
Right, yeah. It looks
because
like a Pixar movie, right?
I was going to say this game looks like it is a Pixar movie come to life.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It also just kind of looks like a normal ass 3D platformers that not very interesting, but I just
Like an
wanted
action
to comment
RPG,
on.
Yeah, but a lot of, just to talk about that, because this is a sequel to another game that came out 3-4 years ago, Kenna Bridge of Spirits.
Oh my God, I do remember that. Okay.
And it was pretty well received, but it wasn't like it didn't sell. It sold, I guess, just enough for a sequel because it didn't. I didn't remember hearing it going gangbusters. But I've heard it's a really cool hidden gem that I kind of want to try now.
The combat in this one looks cool, honestly. The new one, like the one that they displayed at the State of Play, it looks actually pretty fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
It reminds me of games I grew up with. Just like 3D platformers where you play as some person in this new storyline, and the thing they're trying to get you with I'm skipping ahead, but they're doing that Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver remix thing. Yeah. And when I saw it, I thought to myself, that's what I thought about Legacy of Kain when I watched Buck play when I was a kid. The drawing, the point was not it was just a beat 'em up, but it was like, whoa, you take this guy's soul, look at it, wow, holy shit. So maybe Kenya is that for Gen Z kids. I don't know. Ghost of Yotei is getting its own Night Rain mode.
Kind of cool.
Ghost of Tsushima, if you remember, had its own version of this where you and friends would like basically go through a little like obstacle course of enemies and bosses. And now they're just bringing it to the PS5 in the form of Ghost of Yotei. I never played that mode in Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima never really made me that horny. But everybody wants a little piece of that Night Rain pie.
Right.
Buck, you don't have Ghost of Yotei for your PS5, do you?
No, I did not get Ghost of Yotei.
Okay.
I might get it. I might get it for
to.
this, honestly. I have a friend of mine that plays it pretty regularly, so I might actually jump into this. If there's 4-player co-op, that sounds sick.
There's
Sounds
too
like
many games. Too many
games. Truly too many games, yeah.
We have Death Stranding 2 is coming to PC March 19th. I'm going to get that shit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just going to skip all of Death Stranding 1. I heard 2 fixes all the problems. This one's got unlocked frame rates. Buck, it supports ultra wide screen.
Whoa! Oh, I have one of those still.
Yeah, you do. When I saw it, I went, "Oh, well, that's for this game."
Perfect.
That's fucking brilliant, dude. That's
so cinematic. Yeah.
And if I get it March, hopefully the zeitgeist won't be totally gone to where nobody's playing and there's not too much shit in the world or whatever, you know what I mean? But there's also not nobody before they wipe it. Let's see. Game Freak is putting out a new Souls-like game.
I want to play it.
Called Beast of Reincarnation.
It looks
I missed that one.
Yeah.
It's the one where the girl is fighting with the wolf and it's just a 3D. There's a lot of can I borrow your homework within the past few years. Anyhow.
That's how video games work.
It's another from Souls-like game where you're playing as a girl. I don't know. You almost said
the quiet part loud.
She literally drops the word evolved in the trailer, which I thought was so funny because it's made by Game Freak, and she's like talking about her wolf changing shape, and she goes, it evolved. And I went, oh, come on, guys. You didn't have to use that exact word. These stupid jerks. I don't know. I'm trying to think if they made any other games besides Pokemon and this. Like, I cannot think of another Game Freak game.
I really don't know. Did they? Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, first of all, I own oh shoot, what's the frickin' drilling game on the DS? No, the one with the RPG. I've shown it before. It's a very expensive game. It's in my collection. But yes, they have
game.
Yes, they have made other games besides Pokemon.
Okay, all right. I didn't know that.
There you go. We got a new trailer for Ari Requiem.
Yes.
Long story short, it climaxes with Leon walking through the doors of what appear to be the disheveled police station from 2.
All right.
Also, Leon's Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah,
no. Hey, Leon's what?
He's infected again.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not a big surprise.
I know, right?
We'll use lasers. Ada will show up with lasers and shit.
Yeah.
Someone, not to derail, but like a day into this, and someone said, so there's those little girls in there that they kind of talk about, and they show that little girl like in the nightgown that looks like she's blind.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody immediately pointed out that the thing that's chasing them has like the same nightgown outfit on.
Interesting.
What was the name of that girl from the Ari?
Lisa Trevor.
Lisa Trevor. Yeah.
I hope it all wraps back into that.
That'd be great, honestly.
I mean, it all just wraps back into Umbrella. What'll it be?
Yeah.
Hers was the G plus virus.
Sometimes they'll lose plot points.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that was a character that was only in a remake of a game that already existed.
It was in a movie too.
Someone who could easily be
really?
forgotten.
I know that.
Those wonderful Resident Evil movies we all love.
I've seen them all.
So they could easily be forgotten is my point. So it'd be cool if they harkened back to something obscure.
That would be cool, yeah.
I mean, there's a character that's related to a character from Outbreak.
That's pretty wild.
In this one, so they're remembering a thing that they forgot right there.
Yeah, that'd be tight. The new Control game, Control Resonant, dude.
That's cool.
Looks cool.
I
you liked those.
Motion sickness watching the trailer.
Okay.
If you haven't watched it, I mean, you know what I'm talking about with all the gravity changing
gravity
direction.
manipulation. Oh yeah, it looks really cool.
And it's
honestly.
some MC Escher shit where certain buildings. It reminded me of like Inception.
I was gonna say, it looks like Inception.
Like,
yeah, it looks dope, dude.
I don't know. Just watching it, I was like, oh, it made my stomach turn. I was like, it's like riding a fucking roller coaster. It looks awesome. So glad that they're evolving that gameplay. In the old Control, you could rip shit off the ground and chuck it. And in this one, it showed him like pulling stuff out of the environment and then turning it into weaponry.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, this looks pretty cool. They can do
fuck
this.
with it. I fuck with it. Yep.
Project Windless. Not going to play this game. A game where you play as a giant chicken monster.
But you're going to buy the plushies.
It looks like Dynasty Warriors.
I kind of
like
want to
levels
play it. It looks cool.
It looks so silly, but it looks so cool. I don't know.
They made this whole game, and their boss went like, just looks like Dynasty Warriors, guys. What do we do? Giant chicken man.
It did make me be like, I wish more games let me play as a giant guy.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, because they got other giant guys he's fighting, but then it's all the little guys you get to kill.
Right.
You know, tiny.
I haven't played a game in a while where I get to hack down hordes of enemies, and that sounds fun, dude.
As a bigger size guy. In a Dynasty Warriors, you'll hack down hordes of enemies, but you'll do it with whatever. I want to be a big wrecking ball motherfucker just like, but the chicken, every time, they kept showing him from behind, and I was just like, is it because you're embarrassed to face front to have him reveal that he's like, a chicken, you know what I mean? Like they
kept showing that chicken
already,
face,
bitch.
man.
Yeah, they did.
That chicken
was
had
available.
A hard ass. Why
face,
did you choose chicken?
Don't hide it now. It's too fucking late.
You've already done.
He's a chicken bear.
The Star Wars Galactic Racers trailer
very cool.
looked so good.
Very cool.
I'm not a racing game guy, but this looks fun. Yeah.
It's got to have a twist, right?
I was like, first of all, it looks like it's gonna have like a 1-player story mode because there was like a little thing that they teased where it's like someone talking to you about like you should have done this or I'll kill you, which would be fun. Nice way to tug me along through the races because I again am not a racing guy.
Yeah,
but it just looks like it's gonna be like Wipeout.
Yes.
Like it just the idea of the track is not so confining. And the idea that there's no really off-road portion of the track since you're just like floating over it all. It's just a matter of who can take the turns the tightest.
Yeah.
Sounds less frustrating. It sounds good. Looks good. Sounds good.
Yep.
Metal Gear Solid Master Collection 2.
Finally.
Hallelujah. We will finally have a way to play Metal Gear Solid 4 that does not require you to have a PlayStation 3.
That's pretty cool. That
is pretty cool.
It has literally been locked behind the PS3 since the PS3.
I have it right there behind me, and I just haven't been able to play it again because I don't feel like hooking my PS3 up.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
I watched Buck play it. Oh, I was going to say I watched Buck play it, but I've never played it.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, man. It's a great.
So hopefully this will...
Very long cinematics.
I was going to say it's the most fan servicey Metal Gear Solid game, for sure.
Very long cinematics.
I don't mean that fan service as in like sexual fan service. I mean fan service as in like there's a lot of cool shit for fans. Like it's I don't know.
Yes, Raph, we've seen non-sexual anime before.
I have not.
It does exist.
Have you? Because I've never
exist.
seen one. Yeah.
Can we talk about why are the acid titles not on there? So they do Peace Walker, the PSP version of Metal Gear Solid 3, and they don't port either of the acid games, the Metal Gear card games for you guys that don't know what that is.
Did you really expect that though? I mean, frankly. Not to be a dick, but I don't think those are going to...
It's just a bummer.
Cute question, just because we have covered that before, but of course they're not going to...
Raph literally just said they're giving us fan service Metal Gear, and they're leaving out fan service Metal Gear.
I don't know. It would be kind of cool, because I never got to play those. I never owned a PSP, but I have played them by other means, and like they're great. They're good games.
I don't want to go charge my PSP just to play Metal Gear Acid.
I think 4 is a much bigger.
That's a big deal.
Oh, sure,
100%. Yeah,
sure,
it's a big deal. But it'd be kind of nice.
Yeah.
And let's see, Saber Interactive's got that new John Wick game coming out. Those guys are cash grabbers. I don't know if that's going to be any good.
I don't really care for it. I'm whatever.
Let's get to the star of the show, which is the Konami portion of the show. I'm so proud of this wonderful Japanese developers for finally pulling their heads out of their asses and doing cool things with their IP.
You're giving them way more credit than is due because they didn't actually make any of these games you're going to mention.
Sure.
This is probably true. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
At least they're letting
no, probably
100%
IP go. So they're making a new classic Metroidvania style Metroid where you straight up get to play, Castlevania. Metroidvania style Castlevania game where you get to play as a Belmont again, and they're just getting the people that made Dead Cells to help them make it.
Amazing.
Amazing.
You're the guys that made Dead Cells. So you're a game developer, and you're like, I want to make my own game, and I love Castlevania, but there's no new Castlevania, so I'm going to make a new style Castlevania game. And then you end up getting to put Castlevania DLC in your game because it sells enough copy that it gets enough attention. Yeah. And then you get the gig of making a new... God, they must have been crapping their pants.
Yeah. Amazing. And it looks so good.
It looks so good.
It looks like it's going to be so good. And I just like... I like the roguelike games. I think they helped make roguelike Prince of Persia, which I talked about in the show. That was good too. But I'm ready to play a not roguelike one. Like, give me a regular one again,
Give me a real Metroidvania. Yeah.
Yes. Also, Annapurna is teaming up with Konami to make a new Silent Hill that wasn't in those previous Silent Hill drops that we saw from last year.
This one, Townfall.
Just randomly Silent Hill Townfall, and it looks like it's gonna be so good.
It looks like a new, like, true Silent Hill entry.
Yeah.
Like, dude goes to Silent Hill, shit gets creepy.
Right. That's I summarized it as it looks like it's going to start off at 100. Silent Hill F didn't take very long to go from 0 to 100. But games like Silent Hill 2 just like start at 100. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this one looks like it might do that again. And you've got a character, again, in Silent Hill F, eventually you get to the point where your body is a walking metaphor for what's happening to you.
Yep.
And this one, it looks like you're going to start off with symbolic wounds. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, cool. Fuck yes, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And then last but not least, they're remaking the trilogy of the first 3 God of War games. David Jaffe, incredible timing, and also Mega Cat Studios, the people that made Five Nights at Freddy Into the Pit, which is actually a pretty cool little game, have made this God of War prequel called Sons of Sparta, which is out now already.
And it's made by Mega Cat, so it's made by people who know how to make 2D beat 'em up platforming.
Cool.
Well, because the only game that I could really find that they did was Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit, if you look, because besides that, they've mostly done backyard baseball games and backyard football and backyard basketball. But Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit looks
Someone never played
cool.
ZPF.
No, I don't know if many people have played
It's
ZPF.
a really good shmup.
Oh,
All right, if you say so. Anyhow, what I would say is that it's an interesting out of nowhere pull.
Yeah.
It's a side-scrolling like action game where you play as young Kratos before he becomes the God of War.
It's awesome.
It looks badass. I like the
does look
cel
really
shaded
cool.
art style.
Oh yeah.
I haven't gone to check the price tag yet. But yeah, that's it for all the highlights for
I've got 2 that you missed.
What's
yeah,
that?
I got
like?
one that you might have missed.
Go ahead.
One was Yako.
That one looks really cool. Ninjas are
which
back,
is-
baby.
It's a third-person isometric Tenchu game, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one with the limited field of view.
Yeah, right,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
had,
reminded
like,
me of that
limited fog of
horror
war.
game that Raph was talking about a couple of weeks ago. Where you said it was the scariest game that it's so scary the devs couldn't play it.
Darkwood. Yeah,
Darkwood,
Darkwood.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
idea of only having a field of vision,
Yeah.
even though you can see
Yes.
all around you, you can really only quote unquote see in front of you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's like that game right there Raph was
Yeah,
talking
but this
about, but
like
it's
10
ninjas.
Yep,
And the
yep,
other
yep.
one is by Yacht Club Games, their new game Mina the Hollower.
That's the one I was going to mention. That
That
one looks
looks-
really cool.
Oh, that one's the trailers have been out for a while at
Oh,
the very
yes.
least. Yeah,
but
yeah.
it hadn't really gotten on my
Oh.
radar yet how cool this looks. And it looks just like
You
a Game
should
Boy Color game.
check out
Looks-
Pipistrello and the Magic Yo-Yo if you think this looks cool. Are you
Okay.
aware of that game?
Oh.
I'm
Because
not.
it's basically the same game, but with like yo-yo physics, where you're
I
like
will.
pulling and tugging yourself with a giant yo-yo, but you also play as a mouse, and it's also an isometric Zelda-like game. Raph, did you have anything else?
There was that Crimson Moon game. Looks pretty sick. The Army
yes.
of Two that's
Army
like
of
medieval
Two
fantasy.
in medieval times.
Yeah, that looks really
You play
dope.
as 2 nameless soldier guys kicking ass. I was like, again, this is like a game I was raised on, where
Yeah.
it's just, I think the cool thing you're supposed to like is that it kicks ass.
Exactly, and I love
know.
that. I need more
Yeah.
games like that in my life.
No
Also,
microtransactions, no online play. Let me just kick ass with my friends.
I'm kind of interested in that 4-loop game. It's like
Yeah,
a
that's kinda
4-person like alien invasion, sort of like maybe like an extraction shooter. I can't really tell exactly what it was. It looks kind of cool though. Looks kind
Yeah,
of
the
cool.
one that looks like you're almost in the Stalker universe, sort of
Yeah.
like in a world where shit's all crazy with genetics mutations.
Right, exactly.
and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
poop your pants at every turn.
I've
If
already
you don't want to
started.
participate in the conversation, you don't have to. No,
I'm just kidding.
I know. You could try to add something.
I did
if you don't
comedy.
have-
I just pooped my pants
good
right now.
point. Real good. Okay, that does it for things that don't exist yet and peering into the future. I grow tired of peering into the future. I wish to gaze into the past by having the Mega Buck and RetroGameTreasure.com take us back in time with this week's Retro Zone Game Buck.
Let's go, transcending history and the world, a tale of souls and swords.
What game have we got today?
Okay, you know what series it is. What game is it?
I hope it's just Soul Calibur. I'm sorry, Soul Blade.
Wait, Soul Edge.
Soul
Wait,
Edge.
those are
Oh my
like all
god, I
the
forgot I
same
had
game.
all these names.
It's
Soul edging.
It's even better.
Favorite activity.
It's Namco's Soul Calibur 2 for the GameCube, starring Link.
Okay,
That's a good one.
specifically the
That's a good one.
GameCube one. This
The
is
one
the one.
that's
This is the one I
got
had.
the guest characters. Soul Calibur 2, the one with all the guest
The one
characters.
that's got the guest characters.
That's what it is.
Waits for. We already. I know. We literally just said. This fucking guy. He's on it. He eats breakfast today. This is the one with Link. This is the one I had. The other
Yeah.
ones featured Hihachi and Spawn.
That's right.
If I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
Hihachi and Spawn. Okay, I think
But
this is the
in
only
order
one
to
I
get-
ever played. Yeah.
In order to get Spawn, you'd have to play a fighting game on the Xbox, and yeah, right, not with that controller.
It was
That was-
that was right about the cusp of Mad Catz like existing, so we started to get some fighting arcade sticks, but not
Okay.
really. I mean, but then again, if there's any game that would probably lend itself to the fighting style of Soul Calibur, it's that GameCube controller, right? Like
I think so.
Kind of like Smash Brothers. Like we're okay with that.
Yeah, because it's like even less like I know the Tekken move list is long, but the ideas are trimmed down. You know, it's mostly a series of like forward and A, down and A, forward, down A. Like there's not crescent moves, and you don't need so many buttons per face. Right. So yeah, I agree with the GameCube being good for Soul Calibur.
Look at this. We got bespoke covers. We got bespoke manuals, like with the guest character on them. And there was a weird thing that happened with Todd McFarlane on this too. I'm not sure whether the Spawn came first but there was that new character Necrid that Todd McFarlane designed for Soul Calibur 2.
Memory unlocked. I totally fucking forgot about that.
And I don't know if he like designed that. I don't know if like they needed a character for Xbox and they were like, Spawn's cool, you know, and then he said, you know, why don't we create a character for you as well, or vice versa. I maybe should have looked that up.
Necrid.
Todd McFarlane's like, I need work. Yes, please.
At that point in time, he really did.
I know. That may have been true. Yeah, that may have been.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, I mean, every entry in the Soul Calibur series is great, but this one like really stands out because it had that guest on each console thing.
I'm trying to. Did this one also, had they allowed you to customize the way your characters look yet? Do you remember?
It did have all the different weapons. They had started that in Soul Calibur 1.
That's what it is. They
started that in the first Soul Calibur back on the Dreamcast and everything.
Such a cool mechanic.
It was neat. In a fighting game.
None of the other like Street Fighter and King of Fighters have, which is just like, what if Terry Bogard had a different moveset this time when you play him, or his moves drained your energy, or they drained your energy.
This one had the Weapon Master mode. This was the first game that had the Weapon Master actual mode.
That's what it was. We could just watch it.
No. Soul Calibur 1 had that too. This is the mode where you could earn all those different weapons and use them all. And there are over 200 weapons in this game for like 15 character rosters, 16 character rosters.
Damn, that's why we played it so fucking much.
Because they were unlocked.
We had to unlock all the fucking weapons.
PS1 style unlocks.
I'm pretty sure like each character had like goofball weapons and shit like that. Like Valdo had like breadstick hands or something like this. Like
what's his name? Taki, or the guy, or not Taki, but the guy that used the nunchucks. These ones just have testicles hanging off of them.
It was just like bananas or something like this.
Banana.
It was a good game.
Yeah, it's a really great game.
Well, shit, yeah. I mean, Raph, are you familiar with? Do you play any of the Soul Caliburs?
I fucked with that one. I had a friend of mine that had it. I used to go to his house all the time. Quite good. Yeah, and I think I owned Soul Calibur 4, one of them. I don't know. Yeah.
It is a 2000s classic. Alas, I haven't played a Soul Calibur in 1,000 years.
They haven't made them in 1,000 years, honestly.
And fun fact, they haven't changed since like Soul Calibur 1.
True. Yeah,
or maybe even Soul Edge.
Yeah.
My favorite character in that game, I think, is Siegfried.
Okay.
He had these different stances that you could put him in because if you don't know, he's a character with a massive sword. It's like his whole body. And you could press 2 buttons at a time to get him in like a low stance. And that would have moves that came out of it, or a stance where it's behind his back, or a stance where it's in front of him. And so you got to play like kind of different versions of footsies by switching between those different stances before you committed to doing a move. And I always thought that was so cool.
By this one, he was probably Nightmare, right? And he probably just had a Siegfried
I think
skin.
They had both in the game by this time or something like this because, Nightmare had a different moveset. He didn't have that stance switching
right. I remember Cervantes, they kind of did that with him too. They made like remember they had the pirate guy with the 2 swords and the cutlass?
Yes.
I loved Valdo in this series because his moves were so fucking unpredictably great.
Yeah. and gross. He was just like weird and gross looking.
Valdo's the guy with the knives on the hands.
Yeah, he's like all the BDSM bondage and he's like humping shit all the time.
And Katars, which is the name of that bladed fist weapon.
Freak.
Yeah. This series has Yoshimitsu in it as well.
Oh yeah, dude.
Really good. Oh man, lots of memorable characters with interesting. Ivy with the chain whip. I think, does she get introduced in this one?
No, she was in Soul Calibur also.
She was? Man, what an incredible... I remember this chainsaw and be like, that's so anime. That kicks ass. She like wraps it around her legs and throws it at you.
Dude, it's a franchise that's due for like it needs another.
Why not? We're getting another Dead or Alive.
I was just about to say, if Dead or Alive 6 can get a goddamn update, then why can't you update?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hey, honestly, if you have a GameCube and you're looking for fighting games for it that aren't Smash Brothers, this one is better than probably a lot of the other ones you're gonna find. I don't know if there's a Street Fighter you could play on the GameCube, and if you did, you wouldn't want to play it with that controller, but this works, like Buck said, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So definitely add this to your repertoire. Go now to retrogametreasure.com. Let Buck know that you have a Nintendo Switch or, frankly, Xbox or PlayStation 2, and that you like fighting games and maybe even like fantasy subgenre, I'd presume.
Yep.
And that would get you a pretty high percentage chance to get your hands on a copy of Soul Calibur 2. And also, don't forget, you can put it on your wish list. So if you have
there you go.
specific one that you want, because you're like...
that certainly helps.
Frankly, like I said, the Link one's the best one, because it's Link in a fighing game. And he's got a sword. It writes itself, people.
Right.
Perfect.
Spawn is cool, too. Heihachi's a cop-out.
Heihachi's a cop-out. Exactly. We are going to take a quick break. Go to retrogametreasure.com. Start collecting games the easy way. When we come back, we're going to buy... Actually, hold on. In this order, we're going to borrow, buy, bury...
Thank you. Yeah.
3 Nintendo franchises, because that's the FM kill order. All right. Yeah. See you on the other side, dear listener.
The man from the black mist bore the light of madness. The warrior of doom brandishes his axe and gives his war cry. If the love for her family is power, then no one is stronger. The evil sword came back to life in his hands.
Okay, we are back, and it's time to play a game. My game by my rules.
Ooh, the gatekeepers here.
Yeah. But I'm so for real when I say I was so disappointed in that last Nintendo Direct. All they basically showed us was a bunch of last-gen games coming to the Switch 2 because it can finally run it now. There are no promises for the future. So fucking... What is happening over there at Nintendo? God damn it. So... We're going to do a little exercise revolving around our favorite Nintendo franchises. Today, we are going to play Borrow, Buy, and Bury Nintendo franchises. So let me just sort of turn this less amorphous. So in this instance, a franchise that you would borrow might be a franchise that has entries in it that are okay, or a franchise that hits occasionally, right? That's a franchise that you don't mind telling your friend, you don't need to buy any of those games. You could probably borrow a lot of the games from that franchise and it'd be fine. Franchise you want to buy, that is you saying most of the games in this franchise hit and or, you know, it has some of the best ones, whatever. I buy the games from this franchise. And of course, Barry would imply you don't ever need to see another game from this franchise ever again, potentially. All right?
Oh my God, they're all hot takes now.
The question is, do we go like all of 3 in one? Like I do all 3, you do all 3, or should we go around?
Ooh, that's a good point. I think we should go around. I think we should everybody's borrow.
Okay.
And everybody's buy. I like that idea.
Okay. I'll go first then. Borrow is first. For me, the Nintendo franchise, these were hard, by the way. It was funny. Hard. The one that I knew I was going to buy, instant lock.
Fair.
The one that I wanted to borrow, a little bit harder. The one that I wanted to bury, really hard. Not because they're all so good, but because there are a lot of Nintendo franchises that I think don't need to exist. So I was like, which one of these should I kill? Because I would love to kill so many of them.
Looking at you, Chibi Robo.
I tried to think of bigger franchises because
that was a joke.
Yeah,
that was a joke.
I know,
and I love Chibi Robo.
I actually love my Barry one as well. But yeah.
All right, borrow. I'm going to select the Kirby franchise.
Oh, okay.
So listen,
that's interesting.
Kirby, the franchise is not great enough to buy it. It just simply, the games don't have a big enough effect on me when you play them. But the franchise as a whole offers a wide variety of different video games that it's worth telling your friends, like, do you like pinball games? Do you know there's a Kirby pinball game? You might like it. Do you like golf games? Do you know there's a Kirby golf game? You might like it. Do you like racing games? Do you know there's a Kirby racing game? You might like it. You Kirby, might want to borrow it.
You're such a whore.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, he's dynamic. And I will say that, like, mainline wise, there's a great Kirby on the Game Boy, the NES, the SNES, which is my favorite one, Kirby Superstar Saga, a game that can be beaten in an afternoon or two. hence more reason why you just want to borrow it. The N64's got a pretty good Kirby, and the Switch now has got a pretty good Kirby. I mean, I said pretty good, not great, right? On the N64 one, I saw your face.
Yeah, the N64 one was like Kirby. That's stupid.
It was good enough, you know what I mean? To where it wasn't like F-Zero. I would say that, like I said, given the offshoot series is and Kirby's staying power in like Smash Brothers, this franchise, it can continue to exist, but I personally haven't bought a Kirby game in a long time, but every time I'm presented with one, I go, that looks cool. I love that this hasn't gotten stale yet. I love Kirby. So that is my borrow.
I love Kirby.
The Nintendo franchise world. Buck or Raph, whoever would like to go next with your
go ahead, Buck.
With your borrow.
Okay. Oh man, my borrow is a little controversial. I'm going to borrow the Donkey Kong franchise.
I had that in my running of borrowers.
Look, Donkey Kong, its highs are high and its lows are low.
Mm-hmm.
But they're too hit or miss. You've got absolute gems like DKC 1 and 2, Tropical Freeze. If you go back far enough and you want to count it as Donkey Kong, you've even got like the Donkey Kong for the Game Boy, the one that's actually Mario, but it's got all the great platforming stuff in it, or the original Donkey Kong on NES and arcades, which is really, really good. And Tropical Freeze, which was pretty decent too. But then there's a bunch in there that are not, like even like the Donkey Kong, the HD Returns, I was not a huge fan of.
I did not like the Tropical Freeze games. I don't care for the Conga games.
Okay, yeah,
I didn't care for Bonanza.
You know how we feel about Bonanza, and that is my biggest oof, because they tried to innovate, and I don't feel like they did anything great. It was just a Mario game with a Donkey Kong skin on it.
Yeah.
And so that was a bummer for me. But some of those in there, I want to play. I want to play DKC 1 and 2 every once in a while. I want to borrow those and I want to play them. I would hate to see for those go away. I would love to see more of that stuff or some other fun, quirky stuff. I appreciate them trying. I really do. It didn't hit, and the Switch 2, cool boy.
I disliked so many of the entries into the Donkey Kong series that I couldn't put it in my borrow. It was like in the runner-up. It's just Donkey Kong Country is one of the best games of all time, and it keeps that series afloat. And everything since then, to me, has just been not borrow-worthy even. But it's not Barry, because Donkey Kong Country must exist.
It's like, so good.
It simply must. That's a good one. I agree with you. But Raph, your borrow.
Well, we're about to continue a conversation about Donkey Kong Country, because that was also my borrow. Because when was the last time you played a good Donkey Kong game, honestly?
I can't believe you guys are giving it enough credit to tell people they should borrow the franchise. I don't think there's enough good entries in it to be borrow-worthy.
No, there are. There's a little bit, Mac, of me and you being DKC purists, because we love that game and that series so much, especially the first one, that we just want more of that. Well, they gave us more of that, and we didn't really dig that. You know, like the HD Returns and the Tropical Freeze. There were things about it that just didn't hit the same way.
I think it has potential, and that's why I put it in my borrow category, because I don't think it's a dead franchise, but I think that they just haven't made any good ones in a really long time, and they really got to figure out what it is that makes Donkey Kong Country or Donkey Kong in general fun, and hit that again, honestly.
All right.
Yeah.
The buy phase. Do you want to snake back around, Raph? Would you like to hit us with your buy, and then we'll do Buck and then me?
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. Well, when you think about Nintendo franchises and you think about who you want to marry, who's that rock in your life? Who rarely disappoints you? Who's always easy to hang out with anytime and feels good to be around? And also, if you're into it, who lets your friends join in? That's your Mario, baby. That's Mario. Mario, dude, I mean, I can't. Every single console that Nintendo has made has had at least one or two good Mario games. Like I can't think of really, the GameCube has quite a few good ones. Super Nintendo has fucking Super Mario World, which is like probably one of my top platformers ever. But yeah, man, I don't know. I love the Mario franchise. I think that they have just overall, statistically, like they have like the most good games in their franchise, like out of all of the Nintendo ones. out there.
So you're talking mainstream Mario, like the guy with the hat that jumps on stuff.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I guess you could also include like the Mario Party games, but I guess that would be a little too wide. But yes, I guess if we went with just the straight up
that
platformers,
because
yeah.
it has such an impact on you that you think that there were multiple Mario games for the GameCube. And
Right,
throughout its entire fucking life,
right,
there
true,
was
yeah.
one. Like there were so many times that Nintendo 64. How many Mario games were there for the Nintendo 64? One.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, yeah,
But
you're
they
right.
did it
Yeah,
and they did
that's
it right.
true.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, if you
I
combine the 2D with the 3D ones, I suppose.
don't know. There's very rarely a bad Mario game. They're all either good or okay. So that's why I'd say it's old reliable. That's why I'd marry it.
Buck,
yep.
what would you buy?
I would also buy Mario.
Oh, baby.
if Nintendo disappeared tomorrow and you could only save one thing, everybody would save Mario, right? I mean, children, 5-year-old children, 80-year-old men, if you've heard of a video game and you went, I don't know, maybe Mario, just because he is like iconic. People recognize him more than they recognize dead presidents, It's because of, I brought that point up when Raph said that because it was consistency that made that work. And the only ones, the very few flubs they have in there are all controversial ones, like Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Yeah, the one with Baby Mario and the eggs and stuff. Not everybody likes that game, but it's cool. It's a neat entry into the franchise. Every Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3, Mario 4, Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, every Mario Odyssey, every one of them is a smash hit. And so every time you get a Nintendo, that's part of the reason I think why we're all bummed about Bonanza on the Switch 2, because the Mario game we got on the Switch 2 was just a new Mario Kart. It wasn't a new Mario. And every time a new Nintendo console comes out, we look forward to playing a new Mario game because the bar is all the way up here, right?
Gets set by Mario, right?
It gets set by Mario for the rest. Again, look at Mario 64. It's the only fucking 3D Mario they made for that flagship cartridge going up against Sony and then a Microsoft console, and they still knocked it out of the park.
I mean,
and
they
changed
major impression on the 3D gaming landscape.
Exactly. They changed the way that they didn't change. They formed the way that 3D games should be built, and then set the bar for all those PlayStation flying in a fucking ship games and all those 3D platformers like Spyro and Gex and all of these guys. Mario set the bar, and when you started comparing them, no, Mario's better. Well, this is cool. That character's funny, but Mario's better.
All right. That's a good pick. I told you that I didn't think there was going to be much disagreement before this, and I think so far that's what we're getting. But I will finally go against the grain.
I was about to
fuck
say,
Mario. I'm buying The Legend of Zelda, baby.
That's fair.
Okay, that's very fair. Hell yeah.
Listen, in our The Legend of Zelda retro roundtable, where I went back and played Zelda, and it opened my eyes to the fact that Link should be the spokesperson of Nintendo, because it was The Legend of Zelda that brought console gaming to your house forever. But Mac, Mario's on Nintendo as well. Yes, and there's a scoreboard on it. You play for a score. It's not personal. You could keep playing and try to get a higher score. Your friends come over, they play for a score, whatever. Zelda is for you, baby. Zelda is for you. There's no points. There's no points, man. It's about the journey, bro. This game offers something that Mario's never are able to, because Mario's have to be too much fun, which is that Zelda's make you have moments where you go,
what am I supposed to do?
What is going on? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
There's mystery in a Zelda game. And pound for pound, entry-wise, you get more Zeldas basically on every like Buck said, how many Marios are there on the N64? There's what? How many Zeldas? 2.
Right.
You know what I mean? GameCube, you get the same number of Zeldas as you do Marios. Switch or the Wii, you get 2 Zeldas to the 2 Mario. You know what I mean? They've been keeping up just as much, and he's got some beloved offshoot games or whatever. But I'm mostly talking about the handheld ones. So like Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Spirits, the Train. What's the one where you do the tracks? Spirit Tracks.
Yeah.
The one that was the remake of Link to the Past.
Yeah.
Like
Minish Cap.
dude.
GBA.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
it's fair.
Pound for pound, I didn't do the math, but the number of Zelda games and the quality of them is, I think, the best in all the Nintendo canon. Because at the end of the day, it's like there's these mainline hit Marios, but then like Mario World for the Game Boy is Mario 2 or Mario the 6 golden coins for the Game Boy is pretty good.
Mario Land, yeah.
But it's mostly the main ones that hit really hard. You know what I mean? But all the Zeldas are all long, and they all have like a world of characters that you get to speak to. You know what I mean? And Mario, you've got Peach and but you don't really interact with them like how you like meet Tingle or meet the scary guy in the clock tower in the 64 one, or meet like your crazy dad in Link's Awakening and shit. So they're games that take time to complete, and so you're gonna want to own them. You're not gonna want to borrow them. But Mario, you could borrow Mario 64 for a weekend and be pretty satisfied probably. But with Zelda, I think at the end of that weekend, you're going to be like, I didn't finish. I got to go get Zelda again. I got to fucking see this shit to the end. So I'm buying The Legend.
That's a good point.
It's a very good point. It's a very good point. No, honestly, Zelda was tied for me for Mary. Like I really was not sure. I mean, I almost made like jokey responses for all of these, and like I almost ended up doing like I almost put Zelda in the fuck like the borrow category just for the joke of calling it the sexy little freak in the room because of the tingle. But I didn't do that.
I'm glad you didn't do that.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Yes,
you did just subject me to that now.
I went, but yes. Yeah. I went with class on this one, but yeah, I would say that it's you make a very good point. I
and
think that,
The Legend of Zelda hosts one of my favorite Nintendo games of all time, which is the Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right.
We just need the movie to be good.
I think this is where it's about to get
exactly.
right now,
so
honestly.
I'm gonna start off the berry.
Yeah, let's go.
So
this is where it's gonna get controversial.
So many I wanted to fucking kill in Nintendo's canon because I feel like they waste so much time. Runner-ups for a franchise I wanted to kill. Pikmin.
Aww.
Don't need to waste any more time on Pikmin. Fire Emblem.
Fair.
We don't need any more Fire Emblems. But no, alas, the game I'm going to go with, the franchise I'm going to go with is a franchise that I think has had 0 games that I have ever truly enjoyed, and that is F-Zero.
Oh, no.
Oh, baby.
I'm so sorry. Big Blue is one of the best soundtracks to fight to in Super Smash Brothers. I'll concede this to you. It's got fantastic music. But the gameplay has not changed since its inception. Also, there hasn't been a game in it in quite some time. The best game in its series is probably GX, but then it's just like Mario Kart. Play Mario Kart instead. It's better than F-Zero, man. Like, if to those who are saying, Mac, it's basically already dead and buried, great. Let's get it a tombstone and make sure that we don't put any more of our hope into hoping that a new F-Zero will come out and will be good, because it's not gonna happen, and it doesn't need to, because the games just frankly have never been that. It literally, the SNES one has to go up against Mario Kart. It's already invented by that time, so it's already losing, and then it just loses every generation to Mario Kart. I would rather, on the GameCube GX, I would rather play Kirby's Air Ride than play fucking F-Zero GX. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so unfortunately, F-Zero, you are in my opinion, probably the worst franchise in the Nintendo staple. I'm sorry.
Well, Mac, not to share a brain cell, but I also would bury F-Zero.
Yeah.
And that's because Nintendo already has.
Yeah,
they really have.
Aside
honestly.
from all your points were completely valid, that Mario Kart does it better. It takes it to the party aesthetic. And after the first Mario Kart and after the first F-Zero, Mario Party just expanded upon that idea more and more. Different universe. I get it. If you're a sci-fi kid, you want to play that. But games like Wipeout and Redout and all these others exist, so you can play those. Except for, and I know this is weird to say except for the Switch Online exclusive F-Zero 99, where you play with 98 other players, and like the Tetris 99 and the Mario 99. It's basically an F-Zero mini game, right? The last actual traditional F-Zero game was F-Zero Climax, exclusively in Japan, for the Game Boy Advance in 2004.
So it
it's
feels
been
like
22
cheating
years.
to pick it, but like I said, I just wanted to let everyone know, no more.
And
No more F-Zero.
Nintendo, I think, has already said that.
Yeah.
People, the fans of it, like, want it, and they're going, yeah, but unfortunately, we like to make money. And, like, all 30 of you that will buy it, unfortunately, will not sustain developing a new one.
If that doesn't go, then take Pikmin. You should never have an RTS on the console. Raph, what is your Barry franchise?
So this was really hard because I actually
Star Fox is still on the table.
No, no.
I actually would like to see a new Star Fox game, but that was actually pretty close. I almost put Splatoon in here because I don't really give a shit about that franchise. But I'm going to get a little controversial here. I'm not a big fan of the Kirby games. I'll be honest with you.
Wow.
Yeah,
and Kirby. I mean, Barry Kirby.
And you know what? I'd be willing to like retract this if they came out with a new Kirby game that I got to play and I actually enjoyed. But I haven't really played that many Kirby games, and I think it's more of a sin of my own like omission from the franchise more than anything else. But the one Kirby game that I really, I've played Kirby's Avalanche, which is fine. It's just fucking Tetris, but with Kirby. And the other one that I played was when we played the Nintendo, what was it, the World Championship Collection. And I got to play kind of like the really old Kirby's, and I was like, you know what? Yeah. Not a fan of this gameplay. I don't like the floatiness of Kirby. I don't know, man. I don't know. Kirby just for me just doesn't do it, and that's what it comes down to. I don't hate it, but I don't particularly like it either.
Barry and
you got to play them. You got to play.
Maybe I do.
The Super Nintendo one.
Maybe I do. I don't know.
Definitely good. What's the matter? You don't like riding on air, Raph?
We played that. David came over. That shit was fun as fuck.
That actually was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, like I just even with that, and that's why this was so hard for me because there aren't really any Nintendo franchises that I truly really dislike. But this is just the one that I have. Good.
You're not wrong that Kirby kind of like guest stars in most of his own games.
Right. I don't know. And it's I think I'm basing my opinion off of like old, like the very, the first couple of Kirby games, I guess, that I just didn't really like the way that they felt. I don't like the floating nature of,
and those are the good ones.
Kirby.
Those are the people that most people that with our Kirby fans would consider the good ones.
It's just not my thing. So less hateful of the franchise and more just indifferent to the franchise than anything else. I guess
can
it's the only
see
franchise.
The comments section now.
Let's go,
That's
baby!
Crazy, yeah.
Come on,
fuck Fire Emblem. That game has always been boring.
Didn't know anything about them at all.
The worst. Why
and I thought my Metroid Prime hot takes were hot.
No, I'm sorry. I've played several Fire Emblem games and they all suck.
Really, I've never played
Final Fantasy Tactics. This is 100 million zillion times better.
Honestly, probably.
Yeah. Okay, that finishes our segment of Borrow by Barry. Just to recap, mine is Borrow Kirby, Buy The Legend of Zelda, and Barry F-Zero. Buck?
Mine was I borrowing Donkey Kong, buying Mario, and burying F-Zero.
And Raph?
Mine was also borrowing Donkey Kong, buying Mario, and burying Kirby.
All right. Thank you very much for sticking through that little experiment. We'll have some more of those probably on the horizon, but we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to do our What Else You Got and go on and head on out of here. See you on the other side. Okay, we're here on the other side of our break, and it's time for our What Else You Got, the segment of our show we can bring anything to the table, be it a video game or otherwise. I'll go first. Updates. One, I apologize for talking shit about Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. I've caught up. There's more episodes have come out, and it is good now. It is good.
That's funny.
They finally...
Immediate update.
They did the stakes.
Oh, yeah.
They made stakes where it was just like, hey... You're going to die if you don't do this thing. And it was like, okay, finally. It's not just about a guy going like, how do I get a ticket inside this building? So if you heard me last week, say that, I know, that it wasn't good. Like, it is. Go watch it. It ends up being it's compelling now.
I got goosebumps that last episode.
Yes.
So, yeah, legit.
They finally dipped into the Game of Thrones. I'll say this, trial by combat.
Yes.
Someone used those words and I went, oh, now that's Game of Thrones. Like, update on Disco Elysium. I am into the third day now.
Cool.
And my progress has come to a screeching halt, basically, because I have gotten over the bridge to the west side of town. And there's just so much. It's so much.
There's a lot
stuff.
out there.
And so you take one step over the bridge. and then suddenly there are 4 people there immediately to talk to, and you know how people talk in that game. And then you take 3 steps to the right, and there's a tent, and the tent's got 4 people inside of it as well. And it's just like, so there's just I've been literally playing for an hour at a time, and that progress is like shown in the form of moving like 6 inches in the game world. Like literally, like I look at this object for an hour almost, and then be like, well, that's all I'm doing in today's game session. And then the next day, talk to one person or like a group of people. It's a good game. Still, don't get me wrong, but it's just slow burning as of right now. And then lastly, I played the demo for a game called From the Top, which is a roguelike Beyblade simulator game, basically. So developed and published by Junkfall is the name of the studio. It's like if Inscription or Shotgun Roulette had a baby with Beyblades.
Cool.
So you get...
But how is the in-game Beyblade
you
combat?
Have different...
Asking the real question.
You go up against... I know, right? So much like in Slay the Spire, you've got regular enemies and boss enemies. The boss enemies won't be bigger Beyblades. They'll be guys with more blades. And so, as we've discussed before in our Beyblade discussion, you know, there's different strategy involved. Like, do you want a light Beyblade? Do you want a heavy Beyblade? Do you want it to be top heavy, bottom heavy? So the main 3 archetypes of Beyblade in this is like stamina Beyblade, even, and speed Beyblade.
Right.
So
Speedblade.
Every Beyblade has it's once you say it so many times it just loses all meaning. Beyblade. Once you
Fighting top.
Each Beyblade of the varying categories has a different amount of max stamina. And much like in Beyblade how you lose when you stop spinning, you rev up to start the gameplay, and you rev up to your max stamina, and then when you let go, the stamina starts going down. You have an ability that you can use. The speedster will jut himself out and punch somebody. And if you punch someone, they lose a little bit of stamina. The tank guy has one where he hunkers down and gets heavier to where when he gets hit, he does take damage, but the enemy hitting him will take more damage than he is.
Ooh.
So he'll start with less stamina, but he can conserve it by just like literally staying in place and blocking. So he becomes like a battle of attrition type guy. The medium guy's power is to just, like, wherever you click on the board, they'll zip over to that area. So you can play them either which way. You can give them stamina bonus and make them, like, play the long game, or you can give them, like, weight bonuses and start bumping them. So, like Beyblade, I guess. I don't know. There wasn't that much to it. It wasn't that great. There's a demo out. They try to do the whole...
From the Top?
Yeah, from the top. They try to do like the whole spooky atmosphere. That's why I said it's like Shotgun Roulette. Like this, like it starts off with like a guy being like, "Oh, hello, I've kidnapped you, and I'm holding you hostage, and you have to pay Beyblades with me."
I have all your Beyblades.
And but yeah, it's a roguelike, so you just go through runs and you upgrade the blades and get relics and shit like that. I saw it and thought, yes, it's got fun looking graphics and it's a Beyblade game. So fuck it. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
From the Top on Steam. Check it out.
This. The graphical style is terrifying. Also,
yeah,
actually.
I don't know. It's a weird choice to make it that dark when it's just about Beyblades.
It reminds me of like an old Macintosh game.
It made me think though that
full of grays.
There could be a cool Beyblade game that could exist. When I was playing it, the idea of controlling the Beyblades like slightly and then allowing for a little bit of random movement was like, oh, okay.
I literally was resurfacing games the other day, and a copy of the PS1 Beyblade game came through the warehouse. That's how old Beyblade is.
Pop it in, baby. But yeah, that's what else you got. Yeah. That's all I got. Buck, what else have you got for us this week?
I definitely don't keep buying video game and nerdy vinyl stuff. That's for sure.
Okay, good.
You're going to love this one.
Okay,
Mac.
what is it?
Transformers!
Damn, the Transformers, the movie vinyl.
I mean, come on.
Great soundtrack, if I must say so myself.
Between Vince DiCola, Spectre General, Lion, Weird Al.
Yep, Weird Al.
Mean, come on.
Yeah, go ahead. Belt us a few tunes of You Got
Seriously.
the Touch or whatever.
Stan Bush,
yeah,
man.
Dude.
Holy shit.
One of the best movies ever. One of the best animated movies ever.
And this soundtrack's amazing. What's really dangerous is Hasbro also put out a collection of Transformers the Animated Series music collection.
Okay.
And if you remember, when that show came out and it was Japanese, so if you really think about it, think about those tracks in your head, it's actually just like it's late 70s, early 80s Japanese jazz.
Yeah, at
That's
least folk music at the very least. I remember lots of flutes, like
lots of horns and other
Yeah.
things. All that
That's
kind
true.
of. Oh, it's actually. I've been listening to it on Spotify, and I'm like, oh no,
Yeah, is
yeah.
there the orchestra on that? Bum bum.
Yes.
bum, bum. That's cool. I didn't even think about that.
I know exactly. That's what happened to me too. And this finally came in
Okay.
for those who come.
Oh, it belongs in a museum. The Expedition 33
Oh, yeah, that's
special
right.
edition.
Just for you guys.
You opening it up?
Oh,
AMS
wow.
SMR.
Wow.
This is the Paintress.
Ah.
It's a music box? Wow.
That's sick.
How cool is
That's
that?
so French.
That
These
is,
guys are so
yeah,
artsy. I
very.
love it.
Did you see that they all got knighted by
I
the
went to
French
music box.
monarchy?
Oh,
Wait, for real?
They knighted like their whole dev team.
That's
That's
so
amazing.
fucking
For the
funny.
for the cultural appropriate. You've done a wonderful job for France and putting us on the map.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, now
'Cause
my
nobody
music
knew about
box is gonna
France
play
before
for a
this.
few more seconds. Okay, it stopped now. It comes with that, a steel book, an art book, and this really awesome collectible box here too. You can put your game in, but super
Fuck
excited
yeah.
to get that.
Very cool. Very cool.
Raph, what else have you got for us this week?
Boy,
sir?
do I have so much for you guys today. One, calling all Helldivers. The invasion of Cyberstan has begun. Cyberstan is the bot homeworld, which I think is the most hilarious name for a planet ruled by robots
Absolutely.
ever. But yes.
It's just the word robot or cyber and Afghanistan.
yeah,
put together.
Cyberstan. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the most amount of single players that I've seen on a planet at once, like since the defense of Super Earth, and since like the early days of this game. Like we jumped into this,
I
and
love
the
it.
entire fucking armada was all around Cyberstan. They got a bunch of crazy shit going on. You got these big crazy cities that are like these giant walled off like factory cities. And there's like fucking cyborgs in there that are apparently from like the first game, so they're from like 100 years in the past. They've also added the tank. There's a tank now that you can pilot with all 4 of your squad mates.
Yes.
All 4 of you guys in the fucking tank. 1 person on the gun, 1 person driving, 2 people on the back. It's amazing. There's new war bonds out for the stealth weapons and stealth armor, which is pretty dope. And then there's also the new breach makers or something like that warbond that has the breaching hammer, which is my new favorite weapon. It's
That's
just
cool.
a hammer with a high explosive on the end of it. It's incredible. I fucking love
I have an
it.
orc
Yeah.
like that in Kill Team.
Yeah,
There's an orc that has
it's-
just a fucking rocket attached
Dude.
to the end of his hammer.
Holy shit, it's amazing. I love jump. Like you can dive and then just bring it down and just kill anything with it.
That's awesome.
Incredible. That's like the smallest thing here, but then the next thing is quite large, quite big, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
all right. So this week at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, I rolled the credits on Elden Ring.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, it took me 84 hours to beat this game.
And you did it in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I did. Well, I was upset, man. It's such a good game. It's like bumped. I was talking to Mac about this the other day. It has bumped itself up probably in my top like 2 or 3 games of all time. Like it's incredible. I fucking love it. It's just such an amazing experience. And I've started to dive into the DLC properly now. And the DLC is promising to be like incredible as well. Like the first thing that came out, like as soon as I walk into the DLC, I am presented with a field just filled with gravestones, like as far as the eye could see. It's incredible. I don't know. It's just like the most beautiful looking game I've ever seen in forever. After I beat it, I felt everything and nothing all at the same time. It was amazing. But the other thing is that I started playing the Neo 3 demo. Neo 3 just came out like I want to say about a week ago, maybe less. I'm not quite sure exactly.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm really, really impressed with it so far. It's like Ninja Gaiden meets like Elden Ring or some shit like that. The combat is fast, extremely frantic at times. You kind of have to have a little bit of like quick reaction time with it. But it's still manageable. Like it feels amazing. When you get it right, it feels amazing. And it feels very tight. The game looks beautiful. It's got really great graphics. It like has like this sort of like photorealistic look, but there's some stylization to the way the characters look, and I think it works really well for it. Lots of like red and blacks in the environment. Very beautiful looking. Very fluid.
How much of the
animations.
open world do they let you touch in the demo?
So it's not a true open world game. I guess they called it an
like
open field game where you have like, but the missions that you go on or the areas that you go to are much wider, much more like you have much more area to explore in them. They're not as linear as like the previous Neo games.
Interesting.
Yeah. The systems are all pretty interesting too. It's got a fairly standard soul and bonfire system. The cool thing was with the combat, they had like these two martial arts styles. And on the fly, you can switch between samurai and ninja style. Like you hit the triangle button and you switch to like a samurai, or you switch over to like a ninja, and you have two different weapons that you use for them as well. The samurai is much more of a strength-based style. The ninja style is much more like you use less stamina. It's a lot faster. And then there's like these grave sites like throughout. So you, as you're playing, you'll find like these red grave sites, and you can interact with them to. I guess that's essentially where other players have died. And you bring up not the player that that died there. You bring up like, I guess, their spirit. So it's like an AI controlled version of the player that died there. You can fight them to get like certain items that you need to summon like friendly NPC players. I'm guessing I can't really tell. Like the systems are a little bit obscure there, which is kind of what I like. There's like these blue grave sites and these red ones. Red ones are ones that you fight. Blue ones are ones that will fight with you. They're like almost like the NPC summons in Elden Ring. But yeah, I mean, I've been having a really good time with it. It's a lot of fun, very fluid motion. Like I said, very cool, very good combat system. It just takes a little bit of getting used to the speed of it, but I definitely recommend it. I might actually end up buying this game, just cause I like the demo so much. I kind of want to get through more of the demo. You get access to basically like the entire first area of the game.
That's
so
always
you
a sign
get
that
access
it's like
to
a big game, right?
Yeah, and it also, if you get the demo, your progress also carries over to the base game when you buy it. If you get
that
it
should be a requirement.
It really should, yeah.
From any demo that lets you start from the beginning and doesn't like throw you into like boss fight number 4.
And apparently, if you beat the demo before February 15th, you get like a special reward when you buy the game.
Which shitty skin for your katana or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's pretty cool though. I don't know. I'm excited about it. Like it a lot.
Still a neat idea.
Check it out. Very good.
Too fast paced for me. I probably would just get killed over and over again. Neo 3. All right, hey, that does it for another episode of the Game Treasure Podcast. Dear listener or viewer, thank you so much for getting here. Remember to like and subscribe, share with your friends. Make sure to listen to an episode all the way through. Leave it running on the kitchen sink while you go take your kids to school. I don't care. If you are just listening to this on that podcasting app, please go over to YouTube and like us there so you can catch our streams on the weekends. Reach out to us with any questions or comments you have with GameTreasurePodcast@gmail.com. Our link tree is linktree/thegtp, where you can get access to our merch. You can get yourself a King of Video Games mug and whatnot, maybe a t-shirt. You can also access our Patreon there, patreon.com/thegtp. Watch the UFO 50 deep dive, listen to the extra long David Jaffe episode. Again, linktree/thegtp. Gotta thank Crunkwitch for the use of our theme song, Clash of the Droids. You can find their music on Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere you can pretty much find music on the internet. And they're a super good prog rock electronic duo that we love personally. And of course, last but not least, we got to thank RetroGameTreasure.com. Owned and operated by the Megabuck himself. RetroGameTreasure.com is a subscription service that helps take the hassle out of collecting retro video games. So no more driving to the one video game store in your town. No more guessing if the game that you're going to get is even a game that you will like. And no more wasted time returning that game when you realize that it had a scratch on it that no longer allows it to function.
Go.
Instead, you go to RetroGameTreasure.com and you become a subscriber and you tell Buck what video game consoles you collect for and what genres and subgenres of video games you enjoy. And then at the end of every month, Buck hand packs up a box of games for you to add to your collection in perpetuity. So go now, you fools, and start collecting video games the easy way today with RetroGameTreasure.com! Until next week, though, my name is Max Stein, and I love the Game Treasure Podcast. It's so bad.
It's so bad.